Welcome Classic Game Room subscribers, as I'm about to launch Sega Dreamcast Week over at ClassicGameRoom.com, an entire week of Dreamcast reviews. I thought we would talk today about Sega Dreamcast PAL packaging and why it's the way it is. It's enormous and blue. The PAL games are hard to miss, and you can see one here next to a standard North American release. It's like twice the size, but is it twice as good? Let's find out. And of course, let me know your opinion in the Wind Squid Pub at ClassicGameRoom.com. Oh, and there's a whole bunch of giveaways next week too, so make sure you stop by daily to win things like Skylanders, a copy of Dark Souls 2, Bravely Default, and some CGR swag. Big week at Classic Game Room and a giant stack of PAL games. Let's take a close-up look at these things. Here's a standard American Dreamcast release. It's Quake 3 Arena, a game you'll see reviewed during Dreamcast Week, versus a standard PAL European release, NBA 2K, two totally different games. But look at the size difference between these things. What do they do with all that plastic? Here's an entire stack of American and Japanese Dreamcast games in your standard CD-style jewel cases. You get a whole bunch of games in one stack versus a couple games that fit into a stack of European PAL releases because they're like 2.5 times the thickness. I personally like the blue thing they have going on, and the PAL Dreamcasts have a blue swirl compared to the American orange swirl. But do they need to be that large? Which one do you like better? I gotta admit, the PAL games are kind of stylish, but why do they need to be so large? You can only fit about 6 of these things on a shelf. Let's take a look at this. What's on the inside? There's a game, of course. That's good. You get a Sega Dreamcast game inside your Sega Dreamcast packaging, so it does that right. But I think there's more in here. What else could be inside the Sega Dreamcast case? Could it be the instructions? Hidden on the inside? This is like a double CD case, except the second CD is instructions. All 126 pages of instructions. So here's the American Crazy Taxi 2, which is broken, of course, because these cases are super fragile and break if you look at them wrong. Your instructions are just inserted into the front of it and you get your game, but the European ones are like a real presentation. It's like you're opening a package and getting a surprise on the inside. Oh, instructions with 15 different languages. I guess that answers the question, why are they so much larger? Because Europeans can read. I like to look at the pretty pictures. These days, with modern games, you don't even get instructions. They always force you through some kind of crappy tutorial in the first level. But which do you prefer? The blue PAL Sega Dreamcast games or the American and Japanese style cheap crappy jewel cases? Let us know at ClassicGameRoom.com. Follow the link in the description. The review of Bastion is live right now, and Dreamcast Week starts tomorrow. And thanks to my man Mark from Bremen, Germany for sending all of these PAL games to Classic Game Room.